Dead and Hip Hop album review. Nas, King's Disease 2. Major producer, Hit-Boy. This is kind of their second effort after last year's project, King's Disease, the original one, which I thought was a little bit interesting looking at how long this one was. This one was 2 tracks longer and about 20 minutes longer overall. And the reason why I want to start there with my take on this review is because the first one was good. It was good to hear Nas on more modern production. But this one here, I felt that him and Hit-Boy found the pocket a lot better in terms of that modern sound. And you get it right off the bat with the pressure. When that fucking beat changes, I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. Nigga, I was not ready for this shit, Nas. I was not ready for this shit. Because that first one more so felt like Nas kind of almost dictating how the beats were gonna go. And I think the only issue in Nas's entire career is beat selections. So when we saw Hit-Boy, it was like, okay, cool, that's gonna change a little bit. And it did, but it didn't change as much as it did on this. And this one, it felt like Hit-Boy was like, Nas, you rap, I got this shit, I'm gonna lace you, my nigga. And oh my God, like, this is so much better to me than that first one that they did. And again, I'm not saying that the first one was trash or anything, but the production on this, the features on this hit harder to me. Like that M on EPMD 2, like the way he was, and then how he ended that shit, I was like, okay, M, I see you, bro. And then Ace Boogie or A Boogie with the Hoodie on YKTV. At first, when he came out and he started singing, I'm like, I don't know. But then he started rapping and I'm like, yo, with that beat and shit, I'm like, okay. To me, this project here, this is one of my favorite Nas projects. You know what I'm saying? Like him and Hit-Boy, I think they finally, like, they're on the same page now. Like when I hear this, I'm like, oh shit, I'm excited to see if they stay together and do more music, because this is aesthetically, in my opinion, where Nas should be now. If you're gonna be making music in 2021 and you started way back in 96, this is how it should sound.
91.
And or 91.
91.
He started way back in 91, and even back in 91, Nas's rap approach, flow, everything was so far ahead of the game that it makes sense he could still rap in 2021. But aesthetically, it always lacked something. And Hit-Boy gave him everything he needed. I really, really like this album. Really.
So I thought you were one of the ones that felt like King Disease 1 was pretty on point.
It was good.
I thought you was on more like a glaring like side of oh no, this is like Nas.
He probably started there and then we beat him up and he went, you know.
Nah, it didn't happen that way. I'll go watch it. Like I said,
I was kind of kidding, but
I know
the joke didn't land.
It didn't hit at all. It didn't hit at all.
No, I said that the last one was really good, and I enjoyed it, especially like Nas being a little bit more modern. But it was,
I thought Kim was on the island for some reason on that bit.
Well, he said it was good. I don't think any of us were just like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But
It was good.
We all gave it
really
we all gave it a pretty good positive review.
This is really good, and I don't think I thought it was really good on first listen for some reason.
Really?
But not on first listen. But when I went back, I was like, wait a minute, no, this is good. It's like
really
this is good. The only one I'm still a little on the fence. Not only one, but one of the ones I'm still on the fence about is Death Row East. I think that I think the idea of that song is really, really, really good. But I feel like the beat could have been a little better for that. Personally, I'm still not. Okay, yeah, I'm still not sold on the beat.
Be quiet. he was waiting for you to say something about the beat.
I feel like they was trying to go for a West Coast beast, and if you're gonna go for a West Coast beast, you got to go there. Like I feel like they were just kind of trying to go there, and it just didn't quite. It was in some weird area for me that I just wasn't with. But I really like the idea of the song because I forgot all about Death Row East. I forgot that was a thing. You know what I'm saying? So like when he started rapping about that, I was like, wow, that really was a thing. Like, so I wanted that song to be grittier, I think. I think I wanted that one to be grittier for the stuff that he was talking about. You're talking about West Coast versus East Coast. It's like, come on, man. Like I wanted that beat to be harder for some reason. I didn't want it to sound like that. So it kind of threw me off. And to be honest, man, I don't know if I'm crazy about EPMD 2. I like him. I'm just giving my opinion, y'all. Like, look. I heard the. I can't.
I thought the opinions don't bother you like that.
Hey, Ron, I'm listening to you, bro.
Thank you.
I'm listening too, homie. Go ahead. Talk that bullshit.
That's some spin like a motherfucker. Talk that bullshit. Talk that bullshit, man. Talk that talk. I don't know, man. It didn't feel like it quite came together. Like I was waiting for it to kind of come together. M came, but it still didn't quite come together. He started off with the punchline flow, and then he got into his bag of how we like M. EPMD was like, it's cool. It just didn't quite come together.
Problem, I think.
Yeah.
You think M was the problem?
Yep.
Like to me, M didn't take it over the top, but he also didn't fuck it up either.
He didn't ruin it, but I can understand why Rod didn't like it because he was doing the M shit that Rod specifically does not like. And ever since Rod said it, now it bothers me. And I hear it every time. The reindeer, and you're like Santa, you're not
This
real.
whole scheme. It's like, come on, man. That's
It's like
corny.
you're beating it down, and it's really corny. This is some 1992 shit, but maybe that's what he was going for.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like a throwback track. I don't think that song needed all that rapidy rap super fast shit. I think if he brought back the old 96 M, it would have been fucking amazing.
Or even after how he switched up his flow and he was like, it was the one word,
that was dope though.
Huh?
That was dope though.
That was super dope.
That was dope.
That was super dope. So like if the whole verse was like that, then I think that could have taken that song over the top. But I guess I could somewhat see how you feel about that.
Yeah,
Rod.
Rare was really good.
Yes, amazing.
Store Run was really good.
Yes.
Moments, man. I even liked hearing Lauren. Not even like, but Lauryn Hill sounded good on here.
That was L Boogie right there.
Man, it was
It fucked me up at first because I'm like, who is that? Who
Yeah,
that
I liked her
rapper like
on
that?
there. I know Mike made a face, but I liked her, man. I liked her on here. I do try to call you out because they can't see you when I'm talking.
Did you like Charlie Wilson on this?
That's what I
joint?
was about to say next. I'm a little tired of Charlie Wilson
Me too.
on hip hop tracks. I mean, I'm a little tired of it, but
Because I like the song.
Yeah.
He didn't do nothing. I was like, yo, there's like four or five other singers that I could have replaced him with.
Who you gonna replace him with?
Anybody but Charlie.
You can't replace Charlie.
No,
Wilson.
I'm not going that far saying you can replace him. I'm just getting a little tired of hearing him. Like I love Charlie. Look, Charlie Wilson is always gonna be Charlie Wilson.
Not his thing.
Yeah.
That's Jodeci's thing.
No, Josie was ooh yeah.
So what are you
Charlie
saying?
Wilson said ooh yeah. He did say ooh yeah, didn't he?
That's not his thing.
He go,
Shabba
ooh-wee.
tweet is his
He
thing.
look-
Yeah.
And
He
he go,
didn't say ooh yeah on this album.
he go, ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee is
Ooh-wee,
what
Ooh-wee,
you
that's what I
thing.
said the first time.
No, you said ooh
said,
yeah.
ooh, yeah.
The first time I said ooh wee.
We give you the benefit of the doubt.
You know what I meant.
I like Hit-Boy on Composure, man. I thought that he was cool on that.
Sound like Nipsey.
He did sound like Nipsey. I thought he was good on that, man.
I thought that was interesting that Nas used that little thing of Nip.
but that's like his tag sometime, right?
That and just Hit-Boy.
yeah.
Sometimes
That's his
he
tag
use-
sometimes.
Yeah, no. But they actually used Nipsey on one of these joints. Like they used like a little
Yeah, on my Bible.
I'ma
I
try
know
to
what you're talking
find it.
about. It was on my Bible.
My Bible.
Which was good too. I really like my Bible.
When he said, "Yo, hey, we gonna do some shit to this, my nigga."
Yeah,
that was
on
Nipsey.
Yeah.
No, that's what Nipsey. That was Nipsey.
Oh, that was
And-
literally Nipsey.
That was
Yeah, and
literally
Hit-Boy,
Nipsey.
Hit-Boy used that sometimes as his producer tagline
Yeah.
whenever he. Yeah.
That was literally
I
Nipsey.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
I like Brunch on Sundays, but I don't like that type of Nas flow though. Personally, it is smooth. That's why I phrased it like that. Is that I like it, but I'd rather hear Nas on the store runs and the rares and stuff like that. I'd rather hear that Nas than the Brunch on Sundays. But I thought Brunch on Sunday was had a vibe though.
That was actually the only track I didn't like on his album.
Right.
Was Brunch
Really?
on Sunday. Yeah, I didn't like Brunch on Sunday.
I feel like it gave the album a little bit of.
No, it did.
You know what I'm saying?
It did.
So
I'm not disagreeing.
It did.
I'm just
Yeah.
I just didn't like the track, and I didn't like what's this?
It's like my dislikes.
What's the dude that's singing on here? I didn't care for him.
Yeah, it's like my
Nice though.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like my dislikes aren't detriment to the album. It's just personal dislikes. That's why I said the album was really
Yeah,
good.
really good,
Actually,
yeah.
like it's just I have my personal dislikes, and that's it. It's not like, oh man, you should left that shit off of there. I'm not saying
So your
that.
personal dislikes are M on EPMD 2.
The way that whole song was constructed.
Okay.
I think,
So EPMD 2,
Death Row
Brunch on
East,
Sunday, and Death Row East.
but specific things about those.
Yeah, specific things.
Yeah. Not
But,
like.
But out of 15, that's like the other 12 is just.
Look, what I said this joint is good. This is a good Nas album, and I'm really curious to see if anybody disagrees with that because this is a good Nas album.
I love it. I love this shit. This is definitely a good album. I'm glad I'm glad him and Hit-Boy seem to be on this nice little run, especially coming off their Grammy win last year off of King Disease. Because this just came out of nowhere. It was just like, oh shit, Nas dropping. Damn, okay.
And I really wasn't anticipating it like that. I mean, anticipating to listen to it like that. King Disease was cool, but I was more on Ken's side. Like, I didn't like that modern type of sound.
Even though I felt in the first one, I feel like Hit-Boy gave him a good variety. I feel like even more so, Hit-Boy and Jansport J. Shout out to Jansport J. He did Moments in No Phony Love. I feel like Hit-Boy did a good job, and Jansport J did a good job of giving Nas a little bit more variety. Gave him some little bit more soulful stuff on here as well with the Store Run Moments. Store Run Moments and Nobody was like that soulful run right there. Yeah, that was a good run. And Lauryn Hill verse was dope as hell. But at the end of the day, still respect your fans in their time. Like, she addressed the whole lateness thing, but it's like, nigga, you still gotta, nah, Lauryn Hill. That little line was cute and all, but nah. But other than that, I mean, it was dope to hear. Because when I saw the track, I was like, man, I hope she ain't singing. And I love her singing. Don't get me wrong, she's dope. But when I was like, when she started rapping, I was like, okay, yeah, this is Fuji La El Boogie right here going in. So I was definitely surprised by that. Pressure starts off great with Pressure. I like the fact that I love when Nas be on this grown man introspective shit, life lesson shit, like stuff he was talking about on 40 Side. I like My Bible when he was about the man,
the kid and the women. Yeah.
I thought that was like a dope perspective. I feel like musically on this album, Nas just feels real comfortable, and that was my one critique about him when they did when him and Kanye did Nasir. It was like Nas,
that shit was thrown together.
He didn't sound like he was just, and I wasn't really I wasn't saying like Nas was rapping bad. He just didn't sound comfortable or rapping really good over that production, and it just sounded rushed.
He didn't sound inspired.
And he didn't sound inspired. Yeah. So with this one, I feel like him and Hit-Boy is really kind of, got together and just really took their time and made these albums.
Yeah, he sound inspired here, man.
Then this one he really did. I'm just like, Nas really sound like Hit-Boy. I don't know if he has something to do with that, just putting that extra backpack behind, that battery pack behind Nas and make him sound really inspired. But yeah, Rare was dope as hell, which that was the leading single. I love the beat switch on that. I was glad that he put EPMD on there, because that's like one of my first hip hop albums groups that I had purchased as a kid. So it was dope to hear them, him put the legendary EPMD on there, man. It kind of started off them going back and forth like how they used to do back when they. So that was dope, man. Like that, how they was trading lines. That shit was dope as hell. Even with Death Row East, I thought that was definitely an interesting track, because I remember back in the day, I always used to hear rumors about like, for one, how Nas and Pac was supposed to squash their beef, but Pac was going to take off his verse off of Against All Odds on Machiavelli, but never, he ended up dying before then.
How did you feel about a beat being a producer?
With Death Row East? I liked it. I fuck with the beat. I mean, I didn't feel it wasn't, I thought it went well for the way Nas wanted to approach the song. So yeah, most of these songs, I feel like Nas did a great job of approaching it, because sometimes, again, with the Nasir, it was just like, this is off, and I didn't feel that with this album at all. Like, I think you can tell he's like really comfortable with where he's at, as an artist and everything. He's not trying to like go with trends or set trends. And even with some of the YKTV and the what was the other joint, 40 Side, like, even though that had like a more kind of a trappy style, like modern day type of beats, Nas, he didn't try to do anything out of his comfort zone. He was still Nas. That's one thing I appreciate about it.
Yeah, I thought 40 Side sounded like Grease, that DJ Khaled song with Drake. It sounded like that song.
It sure did. It sure did. And he finished it out good with Nas is Good. Like, I feel like that was just like a good closing moment. Like, if this was his final album, I feel like that Nas is Good would have been a nice, like a good closer album. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this was definitely a good album, man. I was really happy as a day one Nas fan, man. This was dope. I know you're looking down like ain't nobody supposed to be talking this shit.
Man,
can't like it, man.
I got to track 4, and I texted in our little Dead End Sports group chat. I was like, man, Hit-Boy mid producer, bro. Because them first 4 beats just weren't hitting.
Are you trolling?
No.
You're being serious.
No, I was dead ass.
The Pressure?
I was dead ass.
The Pressure
was cool. But I was like, man, Death Row East, 40 Side, EPMD 2. What the fuck is going on? I had to eat my words, though.
Okay.
I had to eat my words,
I
man.
could pick my phone back up.
Store Run, Moments, Nobody, Brunch on Sundays, Count Me In. I'm like, God damn. And I'm like, okay, this is the
Shit,
fucking
Composure, My Bible, like all
Composure,
that
My
shit.
Bible. Yeah. So
This is what you was missing with the first one, huh?
this was, and here's the thing. I went back to listen to the first one just to make sure I wasn't tripping. I wasn't.
Yes, you was.
You know,
You was
I
tripping.
wasn't.
You was tripping.
That shit is still
You was
not
tripping.
good. But you know, in terms of the beats. But either way, but nah, this was in my wheelhouse. The beats that he gave him and Jansport J, I'm like, all right, there we go, man. A little bit darker, way more soulful. The samples were spot on, and I love the way he used the samples. And that's just the production. But Nas, man, Nas was on some other shit, bro. And I loved all the rapping and the things he was saying, and very grown manish beat. I like, you know, that what you were saying, you know, there. And even like, I think it was on Nas is Good. He was like, everybody trying to be anti-establishment now or whatever. So he's kind of addressing like now how everybody is so-called woke. And he was like, yeah, but you guys were kind of like chastising and talking about me back in the day when I was already on. Yeah, I've been on this shit. You know, and you know, y'all talked about my Bible and shit like that. Yeah, man, I was like, damn, man, this is actually really fucking good, man. And even when it kind of restarted, you know, I was like, because I wasn't that much of a fan of The Pressure the first time, but the second time I was like, okay, now The Pressure is actually a pretty good track too, a nice opening track. You know, Death Row East and those 2 through 4 still don't do it for me. Cause I was like, man, Death Row East sound like I'm with you, like it was trying to force a West Coast sounding beat, and I understood the approach to it.
Really?
But it just didn't do it.
I feel like the beat was perfect for him trying to tell the story. It's like a good beat to play. It's a good production to have if you're telling a story about something. It don't need to be overbearing. Or, it would actually.
I'm not saying overbearing.
I mean, it would actually came out kind of corny if he would try to go for a West Coast sound.
It did, but it sounded like he was doing that though.
No, I don't think
This
so.
sounded natural.
Yeah, thank you. It sounded natural.
It didn't sound
yeah.
West.
Yeah.
There was a
I
disconnect.
didn't even think it sounded that West Coast. It just sounded like another Hit-Boy beat.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
This sounded a little West Coast.
Maybe a little, but
Yeah,
I didn't think about it when I was listening to it at all.
Yeah, it definitely has those West Coast elements in it.
Yeah, there's a disconnect for me there with that beat.
Me too.
But,
Me too. I'm with
you know,
Ken.
nah, this was really good, man. I was really surprised. Like I've been playing it a lot actually. Like I'm really settling into the album and a lot of the things that Nas was saying. Like I just love the way Nas is rapping on Rare, man. It's like very damn. I can't even say that. I know, it's like it was good to hear him switch it up, man. But
He
yeah,
sound
I
inspired.
really fucks with this, man.
Yeah,
I
he
really
sounded
do.
inspired, man. He definitely sounded inspired.
This was probably one of the biggest shocks that I've had in years. I had a feeling I would like it because I liked the last one. I thought it was really good. It ain't this. Honestly, this is one of my favorite projects that has come out this year. I think, y'all gonna think I'm tripping, but I think this album is amazing. When I listened to this shit, especially when it got to 40 side, because I was just like, what is this Migos ass beat? I like the beat, but I was like, this is weird. And when Nas started rapping, I was like, he's rapping over this extremely well. This is, to me, this is the best Nas has sounded since Untitled. He sounds great. He's comfortable. He's smooth. He has his pocket. He's playing with flows. I don't think we've heard that 40 side flow from Nas before. You know what I'm saying? Like the second the pressure come on, I think one of y'all said it that you didn't really fuck with the first listen. Second it came on, I was like, oh, this is nice. The pressure, I was like, this is nice. Death Row East, I was like, damn, this is nice. 40 side, this is nice. And I was like, when's he gonna fuck up? When's he gonna slip up a little bit? Didn't happen. There is not a single song on here where I was like, I'm not feeling this. Every song, I was like, damn, this is fucking good. Even when it got to Brunch on Sundays,
I was about to say Brunch on Sundays.
I like that song because I feel like this is a very varied album for Nas. Like it has a lot of different
Yeah, nah, for
feelings
sure.
to it, you know? Typically when I put a Nas album on, you know, at least a Nas album since Untitled, I just always kind of feel like it has the same vibe throughout.
Yeah.
I think Untitled was the last one where I was like, damn, there's a lot of different sides of Nas that I'm getting here. And I felt that on here, man. Like, damn, this was such a good fucking album. And he's rhyming so well on here. When he's talking about inspiring people, they're acting like I gotta inspire, like I didn't do that already.
Right.
You know, I'm usually cool. Y'all don't want to see me heated.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, like, damn, Nas sounds so fucking good. But that Death Row East story, y'all keep talking about it. And that song is great to me. That song is so fucking good. Like the beat, I feel like it worked perfect with that story. And I think it's cool that Nas is actually finally telling that story. We've seen everybody else
Talk
tell
about
that
it.
story.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't know that story because it wasn't really popularized that he almost really had an all-out war with Pac.
with his
80 on 80 or some shit. This dude was saying.
and Jungle, I mean, his brother is definitely about that life. So
I'm sure.
I believe Jungle said, when we get out here, it's on. Like,
I forget the dude that was telling that story. There's an interview where he's telling that story.
One of the outlaws dudes, maybe?
No, I don't think it was one of the outlaw guys. He was actually friends with Pac and Nas.
Because I've seen, for some reason, like that story has been very popular like in the last month or two. The Tupac and Nas thing. And I remember I watched an interview. It was Snoop that detailed that whole situation. Then there was another person that was part of the death row camp that also detailed the situation. Very similar, slightly different, you know, obviously perspectives or whatever.
Well, this guy was talking about the actual fight that almost happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We all met up at a park and so-and-so had 80 people and so-and-so had 65 people.
They were at an event. The death row guys was there. Nas and them walked in, and you know, basically Nas kind of diffused the situation, even though Pac was, you know how Pac was, you know what I'm saying, a little riled up or whatever.
The story that I heard. The story that I'm talking about, they said that the dude, this other guy, had to step in and go tell Pac to fix the situation because they were like, Nas is gonna make this shit real dirty. Because I always knew Nas had connections. I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was a situation where, because Nas always just comes off like he's so fucking cool. I could definitely see him fucking somebody up, but I never ever thought about, he probably has the reputation of fucking dudes up.
Yeah, I always think Illmatic Nas when I see Nas.
Yeah, I do too. But even that Nas, I felt like that was the street rhymes. I never ever thought about, okay, like if somebody said something a little sideways to Nas is really gonna get a whole bunch of people.
Nas was like a New York hood dude.
He does. I guess I just never thought about it.
Yeah,
you know, I just
from
never
Queensbridge Projects.
Queensbridge
I just never. I mean, I don't think about Jay like that either. You know, but
really,
not at all. But when you hear these stories, it's just because Nas doesn't talk like that.
No, he doesn't.
Nas has always been
keep the peace
on the
and like
That's what I'm saying. So I never thought about Nas as being okay. If I said something a little slick, Nas is gonna get 50 guys and he's gonna fucking kill me. I never thought about that. But the story that this dude was telling was that he had to go tell,
Be the quiet ones.
It does always be the quiet ones.
Yeah,
right. He had to tell Pac. He was like, man, you need to go fix this. And he went and fixed it with Nas, and Nas was like, all right, cool, it's squashed. And the whole thing about them, doing an album, and it's just such a shame.
Pac taking off that verse on,
Yeah, but then crazy. The song's leaking after he passed, and there's all this shit about Nas, and it's just crazy. But this album to me is such a fucking good album. Y'all talking about EPMD 2? Nah, bro, that shit was fucking hard. I do think he did a little too much. It was a little too extra, as the kids say. I feel like if M brought a slightly calmer M and just played with, did a lot of wordplay, because Nas's verse on there fucking destroyed M's verse. It's just people are gonna pay more attention to M's because M is doing all the.
They switched the beat and all that.
Because they did a bunch of extra shit for him, Whereas I think Nas's verse was better than M's. Nas doesn't need to do all that extra shit. And I don't think M needs to either. He just does it for some reason. Being the first time that they ever rapped together, I don't think that was the best approach.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, there ain't really anything else to say here. I wasn't as blown away with Lauryn Hill's verses. Maybe some of you guys were. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, it wasn't a blown away thing. It was just like a good to hear thing.
Yeah,
it was a good to hear thing for me, not a blown away thing.
Maybe for me, it wasn't even like a really good to hear thing. I was like, all right, that's cool. When I looked online, a lot of people, that was one of the songs that they were really talking about. They're like, oh my God, Lauryn Hill and Nas. And I'm like, okay. When I listened to it, I was like, all right, it's all right.
I wasn't expecting it, so I didn't know. I didn't see it before I heard it. I heard it, and it was like, oh shit. Lauryn Hill.
I thought Story was fucking hilarious. Where he's like, go to the store and give me some veggie chips.
Yeah, and a blunt.
and a bottle. It's like, you little niggas. We haven't really heard Nas talk like that in a while either. Where he's just like, look, you guys really don't understand. I created this shit. Like, I am an OG, and you're not gonna disrespect me. I can still out rap you, motherfuckers.
Yep.
It was
because
really
he really is. You know what I'm saying? 30 years. It's been 30 years since his debut, man. It's crazy. 30 years in the game. So
it's dope now that people can't keep up with the argument of you always pick bad beats.
Yeah, Hit-Boy definitely stepped it up on his album.
Yep.
Yes,
definitely
the
stepped
beats
it
were
up.
better on here.
Yes.
And he was saying how both of them was just literally locked in making this album. Like,
I haven't heard
It-
anything
it-
about the album.
You can tell, like you could just tell from the music, because I had to go back to listen to King's Disease 1 to be like, okay, what's really different? The product, first and foremost,
You
the
were like, Ken
production.
was right. But did you see
No, you were not right.
Hit-Boy.
did you see Hit-Boy talking shit?
Yeah,
He said he was taking shots at Kanye.
that's what people say.
No, what'd he say? His verse was dope. I forget
Not
the
on the
bar,
song,
but
but yeah, they were at like
Oh.
an
They were like the
release
album listening party. Yeah, I played.
And he
for
was
you.
talking. He was like
Let's
just
get
talking
through
loud.
this.
Nas was there, just kind of just chilling or whatever. And Hit-Boy was just on one. He
Well,
was just
let
talking
him.
all kind of shit and shit like that. Yeah,
You need to be taking shots at your ass. Keep talking shit.
I'm praising him here.
Yeah, now you like a year too late.
Favorite tracks for me, give me The Pressure, give me 40 Side, give me Rare, give me Store Run, give me My Bible, and Nas Is Good.
Give me The Pressure. I love the way it started off. Rare, Store Run. Let me go ahead and add My Bible before I forget. Moments too, man. I like Moments. So yeah, that was my 5.
Give me Nas Is Good. Give me Store Run, Moments, Nobody, and The Pressure.
Rare. My Bible, Composure, Count Me In. I love that bass line on there. How that came on the upbeat, man. That shit is so nice. I love how he did that shit. No Funny Love. Ooh, yeah.
I hate you motherfuckers, man. You knew what I meant. This is fucking hard, man.
It was.
This is hard because I really did enjoy every song on here, but I'm gonna say The Pressure, Death Row East, 40 Side, Rare.
Top heavy right now, baby.
And I don't think I'm gonna say Store Run.
Man, I hope y'all watching. Amazing fucking job. Real talk. That first one was a good entry point to where we got here. And if you guys stay together, I can only see better and better albums coming out. So I'm super excited to have somebody from that era still sound so modern, but still giving us so many fucking experience gems. You know, all of the tech and investments and, you know, watch your money and all of the things that you've been through and all of that. Like that's what hip hop needs from you. You know what I'm saying? And Hit-Boy is lacing you. I fuck with it. King's Disease 2, I really fuck with it. Thank you.
Nas, Hit-Boy, if y'all watching. I start with Hit-Boy. Hit-Boy, just in general, I think you're a really dope producer. As far as King's Disease 1, I thought you made dope beats. I thought Nas brought the rhymes, but in all, I'm kind of with Ken. Where Ken was, I didn't feel like it just gelled that well. It was cool. I thought it was a cool project. I just didn't think it was like great. Completely different on this one, man. Like, you definitely brought the beats that kind of, I think, fit Nas better, and it just gelled better in this album. Nas, it was really good to hear you sound like this, man. Like, it was super refreshing to hear the Nas that we all grew and became accustomed to. Not saying like stuff you did, you know, later on wasn't good. It just, I don't know, man. This is a little bit more nostalgic. I don't know, man. I was smiling. I was like, dang, like it's really good to hear Nas like this. Like, it's really good that I like a Nas project right now. Like, I think, you know, we never want to dislike an artist's work or anything like that, especially an artist that we grew up liking. I personally was happy for you. Like, I was like, damn, that's what's up, man. He found his pocket. He has a good album. I think a lot of people are gonna like this. So overall, man, good job. Glad you found your pocket on this. And I'm glad you found like a producer that can kind of, make beats that inspires you. Good job, man. Appreciate the album.
Yes, Nas, if you're watching, man. Hey, look, 30 years in the game, and glad with this one right here, you dropped a very, very good project, man. This is definitely great for me personally, because like I said, I've been a fan of you since the beginning, man. And I've been critical too. I've been really critical whenever it's albums that you make that I feel like that's subpar for you. But with this one, man, you did your thing. It feels good as someone, as a fan like me. Like, yes, I can. If someone want to bring up the Nas comment, I can be happy and bring this album to the table, or the last album to the table. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's dope. And Hit-Boy and Jansport J, Y'all did a good job with this production, man. Y'all seem to really have a good pocket for Nas, and Nas killed the shit. So yeah, good job, and thank you for this album.
Nas and Hit-Boy, if you're watching, this shit. No, man, this shit was really good, man. This shit was really fucking good, man. I thoroughly enjoyed this album, and yeah, I wasn't too high on the first version of this, but the sequel definitely hits. But I think that's the beauty of what we do, man. Like, even though I didn't like it all that much, the rest of the panel on here was sitting here, fighting on your behalf, telling me how crazy I was. So I think that's dope. But back to this one, this shit fucking knocks, man. This shit is fucking great. Nas rapping his ass off. He's giving these people the gems. I love that line about millions in your mind or whatever, or however it went. That shit was fucking dope. And yeah, man, y'all really are really coming together, man. And I think that synergy is really starting to kind of develop. Like, it's y'all second season together playing on the court, man. And y'all really developing some really dope chemistry, man. Features were on point. The production was solid. And not solid. It was really fucking good. So yeah, man, I fucks with this heavy, and it's a shame that I think people are talking about it, but people really need to be talking about it a lot more. And there's another artist that's really still in a lot of the spotlight from that, but we're here and we're talking about it, and it's fucking great.
Both of y'all did an amazing job. Hit-Boy, you fucking gave Nas some of the best beats he's rhymed over in years. Nas, this is some of the best rapping you've laid down on an album in years. I thought part one was great. It was great. This one, it takes everything up multiple notches. This is an incredible album to me. I really listened to this multiple times on the first listen. I was like, God damn. This is the Nas that I really, really, really enjoyed. And seeing you do stuff on different types of beats, it just really gave me a really exciting feeling. So yeah, this is a great album, and I really do hope you guys stick together because this is magic. You guys are really a great pairing. So keep up the good work.